Welcome back to Railbound. I'm dear darling, and enjoy the ride as we make connections and travel the world together. Well, last time we were on this level, 4-5, and I think we cracked what we need to do is we need to have the two trains basically reach the button simultaneously. We need number 2 to go, train 2 to go up here, and train 1 to go down here. But of course, it's not as easy as it may seem, because if it were that easy, then I would have solved it by now, probably. So instead, we're finding out how can we get train car 1 to delay an ickle bit of time, essentially. The answer is not like that. So it's either we need train car 1 to delay more time, less time, or train car 2 needs to delay more time. I actually think it might be train car 2 needs to delay more time. Weirdly. Oh wait, this can't be a 4-way intersection, I forgot. Because when we do this, and we don't have enough track left anyway. Boom, boom. So how can we get any of them to delay a little bit more time, or any of them to not? I wonder if this is a red herring, and this is not actually what you're meant to do. Entirely possible. But it feels like such a neat solution. But I unfathomably can't imagine it isn't the solution. We need train 2 to go up here. I guess carriage 2 is probably the right word. Carriage 2 to go over here because it needs to be the second in line. Either that or we have a way to turn them around at the end. That seems insane. Why would we do that? I mean, it's possible. Let's see. So this is ahead by how much? By a ridiculous number. We only have 2 tracks left, so I don't think a turnaround is possible. So it has to be... Surely it has to be something like this. But how do we add in, like, an extra turn? Maybe it's not what you have to do. It does seem very satisfying, though. Which is kind of why I'm, like, so partial to it. But, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I really can't see another way forward. I guess this is a cool pattern. It's not very helpful, though. I don't know, at this point I just sort of throwing whatever at the wall and seeing what happens. Which I'm not sure is ever really a good way to try and solve puzzles. Again, if only we could do this the other way round. Why would we want to do this? I don't know what I'm doing, if it wasn't evident enough. It feels like it should just work, you know? It feels like... It just kind of feels like there should be a solution in here somewhere. Obviously not that. So, is it possible it's not like that? We can't really make this any slower. I have a feeling this might be a red herring solution just because of how close it feels like an actual solution. Plus, this doesn't actually make use of that corner now I think about it, because... Oh no, it does make use of a corner because you don't have enough track. Is that why this corner exists? What am I doing? Again, really cool solution if 1 and 2 were the way round. How do I keep having a solution of 1 and 2 being backwards? It's actually incredible how many like alternative paths I've found. What if I just do the whole thing backwards? Do you think it'll work out of time? That doesn't make any sense. Why am I getting them to crash? It's so close to being a really neat solution, but it just isn't. It's just backwards. So what if I had you doing this instead? No, what did I do before that was... Oh, you didn't hit the button at all. And then you would go along here. You would hit this button and get off. But then... I need you to get back on the track somehow. But I can't do that because then you won't turn around. We need number 1 to not hit the button. Okay, so we need number 2 to hit the yellow button. We need number 1 to follow number 2. That is a given with this solution. Now number 2 just needs to get back on the track anywhere. Anywhere, and this works. But not this way. Unless 1 turns around at the beginning, 2 does this. No, because 1 needs to go back down that way. Oh my god, what? This feels unreasonably close to a solution. No, we need another track somewhere. Oh my god. This feels so close to being correct. It's almost upsetting. It's not. It's not really upsetting, but it's like, come on, this would be so nice if it worked. I mean, not these solutions would probably be quite nice if it did work, but I just need to not have you hit a button though is a problem. Or you need to hit it twice before. This doesn't make any sense. If you hit it twice before, I suppose, B can make it. But then what? Okay, say we did delay time, such that you can hit it twice before B makes it. Are you serious? That's such a weird solution. Get me back in there. Hold on. What? That is a crazy weird solution. It's all about 1 delaying time. So hold on. So we have 1. We have 1 slowly going round. Hits the button twice before B can make it. So B gets now joined on the track. Hits the button once, and because the yellow button was hit once. Okay, so the yellow button is basically... Okay, so we have a loop basically going around buying time. And it just so happens it works out time-wise that 1 can hit it twice before 2 makes it when we put this little loop-de-loop in. And yellow is basically the button which opens the door and lets them out. And it just sort of happens that in one position it lets A in, it lets 2 in. But then in the other position, it lets them both escape. That's so incredibly weird. I'm not sure if it's to a point it's unsatisfying, but that's a really weird solution. I can't really get over how weird that is. Okay, this doesn't make sense because you're not going to hit that button in time. So that kind of screams to me you don't hit the button and say you need to, like, I don't really know. What am I going to do with this, hey? What do we need to happen? We need you to turn around? No, you crash. What does this even do? What on earth? Right, we need to hit the button once. Or an odd number of times, I should say. So what if we have number 1 hit the button? Then you can come out. So how do we have 2 delay time? See, the problem with this is 2 hits a button as well. I mean, this is a cool loop, I guess. Well, it's actually not that cool a loop. It's just a loop, but 1 and 2 are so close to each other that the button presses don't matter. Oh god, it gets really hard to think ahead in Railbound because the switches become quite difficult to visualize, at least for me conceptually. What I do know conceptually we have to do is the button needs to be hit an odd number of times. Now, does 1 or 3 make more sense to me? I don't know if we can delay enough time for number 2 to do something, you know? I mean, that's obviously not going to solve it, but... I don't know how we separate it so we can only hit it once instead of an even number of times. I mean, obviously I don't know how to do that, otherwise I would have solved a level, but still. You know what I mean, right? This will hit it once. But the thing is, this puts number 2 in the lead. And actually, number 2 gets out too quickly. So if anything... Oh, undo that. How do we separate them out more? It kind of feels like we need to go down different tracks, don't we? Kind of. I think this actually gets 2 to the end. It does. It can't be like this, surely. They can't follow each other's tracks for that long. So that kind of screws, because if they do, there's only 1 space gap between them, and it's incredibly difficult to separate them like that. So it feels like it makes more sense to me that we get separated near the beginning. I don't really know how yet, but... I wonder if we can delay enough time. Such that 1 can hit the button and get out before 2 comes back. Not easily, I would say. No, in fact, I don't think the tracks could ever work like this, could they? Nor do we have enough track at the end anyway. It feels like it should be something like this. I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. I'm sort of losing it. How much time can we delay for number 1 to never hit the track? We can't. We physically cannot delay enough, or any time for 1, before it hits a purple track the first time. So 1, for sure, there has to be a track here. There has to be a track here in some form. And I will say that number of tracks is not really the limiting factor here, it's very much space and what we actually have to do. So what if we have number 1 turn around? Does that give enough time for... Well, the thing with that is you crash. So what if we give you even more time? Is that it? Oh my god. It's so simple. I'm way overcomplicating all of these things by thinking of like these asynchronous starts and trying to like synchronize things up from across the field, and really a lot of the times it just sort of boils down to trying to get them to reconvene at right timing. I feel like this feels too obvious, but okay, well I mean that goes directly across, so the answer is how do we delay number 2? The answer is we don't. Maybe. The answer is we just send it round again. I think. Oh, not quite. No, it is quite. We send number 2 round again. And then it goes in. Okay, so it's so hard to know if level is going to be easy or not, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes it just clicks through the first idea and sometimes it really doesn't. Oh my god, this just seems annoying. I don't even know what this is going to do. Oh, this can't be a 4-way intersection though. That's quite annoying. Actually, is it annoying? Maybe it's not annoying. It's going to hit that, so it's going to go through, and then it goes through like that, and it goes like... No, it's so close. No, it works. No, it doesn't. Oh, that's surprisingly close. I wonder if it's just the order that you hit these things, hey? You can wait, it's fine. It genuinely is just the order you hit those things. I was going to say, because that's such a neat solution. Like, how could that not be right? Oh, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to lose my mind. It's getting so complicated. 1, 2, 3? I guess the question therein lies... What's the one point of you hitting this? We have like so little track. This has to be... Oh my god, that's train carriage 2, which is up there. That is insane. And we can do a nice little square of hitting switches. Is it useful? I don't think so. Right, what if we just get number 1 through to the end? And then number 3 just goes on the wildest ride possible. No, number 1 probably has to take a shortcut through here because this is too ridiculous otherwise. We don't have enough tracks. So we want you starting out here. We want you to hit purple. You'll come down here, hit yellow. By that time I think 1's hit blue, so then you're just good. Wow, okay. Way simpler than I thought it was going to be. Oh, that's World 4. And then on a nice little holiday somewhere else, you know, on a beach. Huh. This world has, like, as many letter levels as it does non-letter levels. In fact, it's got more. It's got 13. Oh my god. The amount of letter levels just increases. Not exponentially, that would be insane, but increases a lot. Alright, you know. I might have breezed through World 1 and 2, but World 3 and 4 is definitely kicking it up a notch. I can't even imagine how many other mechanics they have left if they've got all these many worlds. Maybe there's no more mechanics, I don't know. But for now, we're going to round this episode up here. So if you haven't been watching, thank you very much. It's been Railbound. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Twitter, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye for now. My head hurts.